Please subscribe my channel. I never imagined that one silly joke could turn my whole world upside down. It was meant to be a night full of joy, fun, and happiness. My name is Sophia, and I've always seen myself as someone who loves good humor. I enjoy keeping the mood fun, making folks smile, and truly, my playful comments usually come from a caring spot. But that evening at Ryan's wedding, my joke turned into something hurtful that I didn't even realize I was saying. The party room was alive with happy talks. The fancy lights hung brightly above the big tables, and everybody looked so relaxed, holding their drinks high, sharing laughs about old school memories, work funny moments, and family tales. Ryan, the groom, looked great in his nice suit. He had that perfect mix of self-assurance and friendliness. He owned that warm smile that could put anyone at ease. I'd known him for many years. We were good friends, but I never thought this special night would become one I'd wish to forget forever. We sat around a table with work buddies, longtime pals, and a few far-off family members I hardly knew. Somebody brought up an old story about gym accidents, and like always, I threw in my fun comment. I leaned over the table a bit with a fun smile and said what I believed would make everyone chuckle. Ryan, we all know you're trying to make up for something. Maybe it's time to own up to it. My voice was playful, just teasing. People laughed, including me. It seemed innocent right then, but then I saw Ryan's expression change. The fun smile I knew so well was gone. His face got tense. The laughs at the table started to quiet down in my head. I didn't notice it right away. He stood up nicely, saying something quietly that I missed. Folks kept chatting and drinking their bubbly drinks, not seeing the awkward feeling that had just come over the table. I felt a small pang of regret. Maybe I had crossed the line. But before I could think more, another toast happened and the room filled with laughs again. I pushed the worry away, convincing myself Ryan was okay, that he was just tired or something. I had no idea that the time I laughed the most would stick with me always. As the evening continued, the dancing started. The music group played well-known tunes, and guests began to dance together, moving slowly or twirling fast to the beat. I saw Ryan from far away, talking to his best men. His smile was weak now, his gaze far off. I walked over to say something nice or praise how wonderful the vows part was, but he just nodded kindly and stepped away once more. I got that uneasy feeling in my gut, the kind that says trouble is there, but you don't know how bad yet. I didn't want to worry too much. Weddings can be busy and full of feelings with ups and downs. Maybe he just wanted some space. Soon, we stepped out to the balcony for fresh air, away from the noisy room inside. I tried again to ease things. Ryan, hey, it was only a joke before. Don't be so serious about it, I said, trying to sound casual, wishing he'd laugh it off. He turned to me then, with a look of seriousness I'd never seen on him. It wasn't mad. It wasn't annoyed. It was deeper, calmer. And then he did something that shocked me. He took his hand, gently removed his wedding ring, and offered it forward. Quiet. I had no words. Anything I thought to say seemed empty and pointless. The sounds from the balcony faded, replaced by a loud hum in my ears and the clear realization of my error. I started to speak, perhaps to say sorry or explain, but nothing sounded right. If this tale is getting you to think about how strong words can be, please like the video and pass it on to someone who might need it. Tales like this can touch those who feel the same. Ryan stayed silent. He didn't have to talk. His point was obvious, and the firm look in his eyes made me feel sick. I remembered every laugh, every tease, every sharp remark I'd made that might have hurt too much or pushed too far. It was strange to see in that instant that my fun side, even my confidence, had broken something important that couldn't be overlooked. We went back inside, where the party carried on, but everything felt changed for me. The bright lights seemed too strong, the songs too noisy, the talks oddly quiet. I couldn't face him without thinking of that action. I forced smiles, acting like nothing big had happened at the table. Soon after, I chatted lightly with friends, but my sentences felt meaningless. My phone got texts, but I didn't check. My thoughts kept going back to what he did, the expression on his face, the calm way he pulled back his respect without saying anything. I saw then that this went beyond just feeling awkward. It wasn't simply a bad joke. It was about limits, kindness, and how delicate trust and self-respect are in friendships. Tell me below, has a joke of yours ever gone wrong? Share what happened. Your words could help others not repeat it. Even more into the night, when they cut the cake and gave talks, the pictures taken seemed to tease me. All the happy faces in the shots felt loaded with what had occurred. I tried to join in, to dance, to smile more. But the smiles were forced, my steps awkward, my tone softer. The evening went on and people started going home, their happy voices and talks turning into faraway sounds. Ryan remained polite but kept his distance, with buddies around who didn't see the hidden upset. I wanted to talk to him directly, to clarify, to say sorry. But each time I tried, the words seemed useless. I knew I couldn't fix that instant. I could only deal with what came next. Toward the end, as the final tune played, I ended up by the balcony again. The fresh night breeze touched my face, and I spotted Ryan alone, gazing at the downtown lights of Chicago below. His stance was steady and collected, but there was a new separation in how he stood that I hadn't noticed before. For the first time that evening, I truly felt the impact of what I'd done. How one thoughtless fun remark had quietly but permanently changed our friendship. I walked up slowly, my chest tight. Ryan, I'm sorry. I really didn't intend to hurt you. He raised his hand, cutting me off. Sophia, I get it. But jokes aren't always just jokes. They can show real feelings we don't want to admit. And tonight you showed yours. That was the truth I'd been dodging. Not rage, not bad intent, just the steady recognition that I'd gone too far. I agreed with a nod, feeling a knot in my throat. Knowing no reason could wipe away the harm of my comment. I'd love your input. Has fun ever turned hurtful for you? Share in the comments and we can talk. Talking it out sometimes helps us see our own limits clearer. Ryan looked over a little, with eyes showing both sorrow and determination. I'm not mad, but I won't act like it didn't happen. I need time to protect my self-respect tonight. The reality struck me strongly. I'd always thought of myself as fun, clever, fast with jokes. But I hadn't seen the thin boundary between friendly teasing and embarrassment, and how quickly crossing it could ruin trust. Right then, I felt tiny, exposed, and sharply reminded of my faults. The evening ended in a haze. I saw Ryan mingle with others, far off but courteous, and I knew some things can't be fixed just with talking. Respect, when damaged, isn't always mended easily, especially with pride and pain mixed in. Heading home after, I thought over every part. The remark, the chuckles, the quiet after. Each bit stuck in my mind like a lesson I couldn't dismiss. It wasn't only about feeling bad. It was learning how fragile people connections are, how much weight words hold, and the quiet strength of self-respect. If this tale has you thinking about words and friendships, like the video, share your ideas in comments, and subscribe for more true stories with tough lessons learned. The next day, I texted Ryan, picking careful, honest words without pushing. I truly am sorry for what I said last night. I didn't want to cause pain. His answer was short, steady, and kind. I know. Just need some time. That simple response gave me a bit of comfort. I couldn't change what happened, but I could learn from it. That short event would stay with me. A note that fun, like a flame, can bring warmth or cause damage based on care taken. In the weeks after, I saw small changes in myself. I paid more attention to the difference between light teasing and mean words, more mindful of how words affect quietly. My friends and coworkers saw it too, saying I appeared more relaxed, thoughtful, cautious with jokes. Though the sorry feeling stayed, it turned into a guide instead of a weight. I kept thinking of Ryan, that evening, the wedding, the fun, the quiet, and the ring he took off silently. That simple move said so much, teaching me better than any talk could. Often, the deepest lessons aren't from arguments or fights. They come from a clear, quiet moment when someone quietly shows you a true view of yourself. As time passed and the memory softened, I grew in unexpected ways. I learned respect isn't taken, it's given. That fun, even if meant well, needs kindness mixed in, and that sometimes the strongest message isn't spoken, but shown in deeds that mean more than any sorry. The tale remained with me, not as guilt, but as a gentle warning. Even tiny things, a remark, a chuckle, a move, hold great strength. And real strength isn't in making laughs, but in knowing when to stop, think, and own up.